Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about the manual transmissions, or kind of lack of. So on console we cannot use a clutch. There's no clutch. There's no button on the control pad designated for a clutch, and literally without the clutch you really don't get manual transmissions. I'm sad to say. So let's just take a look. We'll get the truck, okay? We'll start it up. So right now I have it on with clutch because I'm still on version 1.00, okay? And I have the option for the clutch, which I shouldn't have, right? So if I go like this and see, it says unable to change gear, clutch pedal has to be pressed. And now, yeah, and there's no button to press for the clutch. So we need to turn that off. Okay, so now we have it in manual. So, okay guys, so here's the deal. You got to shift when you're accelerating. Or, on the control pad, if you hold down L2 and R2 and press up and down on the control pad, you can shift. As you can see in the lower right hand corner there, I'm shifting up through all the gears. And I'm shifting down, and I'm in neutral, and now I'm in reverse. Okay? So here's my problem. We start off in first gear. Right, okay. We shift it up into second. Now, starting off in second, that makes sense. You could do that, right? Go down the road. Shift again, press up. Now we're in third. We're in fourth. We're in fifth. And we're in sixth. Cool, right? Okay. So, this is why I'm saying that this isn't technically manual transmission. So check this out. Come to a complete stop, right? I am going to shift this all the way into sixth gear and hit the gas. And away we go. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have never driven a manual that you can start off in sixth gear. It would stall. It wouldn't go. And also, you can only downshift. You can only downshift when you're accelerating. So if I want to slow down, right? If I take the foot off the gas, I gotta actually. So basically, what I'm saying is that the gears you can basically use to just control your speed. It's not a true manual gearbox in the sense. Yes, you can shift through gears, but it's not very realistic. It's not very realistic at all. And then once you stop, again, press both L2 and R2 down. And you gotta press the accelerator to go backwards. There we go. Okay, so it's not perfect. It's something that resembles a manual gearbox, but it's really not, because there's no manual gearbox that works that way. I mean, especially on an older truck like this, there's no way in hell that you can put this thing in sixth gear and take off like that with it and get right up to speed. So it is what it is, guys. I mean, I know it's a game. I get it. You know, before I get all the comments saying that, oh, you're being too hard on it, I do get it. But at the same time, it's not technically a manual gearbox. So let's get in this tractor here. Now, guys, I don't know anything about tractors. Okay, I'm not a farmer. I've never driven a tractor, so I don't know how tractors work. I don't know what gear you can start them in. But I've seen a lot of people having this issue. So if we go inside the cab here, press L1, R1, right? Now you can see, this is like our high-low range gear, if you will. So right now we're in B, and A is as low as it'll go. And if we start off in first gear, we're crawling. We're crawling. So as you can see, as we go, third gear, fourth gear, right? So if you're having this issue, press right on the D-pad, and now you're up into B. Alright, so now you're going 6 miles an hour in fourth gear. Go up into C, you're going 10 miles. D. E. And now you're in your highest range, so now you can go up to speed. I see a lot of people saying that, like, in the manual, I can't get the tractor going. It's going like 5 miles an hour. This is why. If you want to drop it down, again, you can just gear down. And again, guys, this feels like just a way to control your speed, right? It doesn't really feel like a typical manual. And then we can drop it down to D. I'm gonna go a little faster. And now again, let me just stop this. We'll put it all the way in E, and we're in fourth gear. And again, we can just take right off. Again, guys, I've never driven a tractor. Maybe this is what you could do. You know, it seems weird that you can just start the tractor off in the highest gear. But yeah, I don't know. You know, I've driven everything but tractors. I've driven motorcycles, I've driven semis, I've driven a lot of things with manual transmission, and you know, usually you can never get a vehicle going past second gear, right? That's just been my experience. But that is how this one works. It's all in the D-pad, guys. It's really not that difficult. I guess it's kind of it's a learning curve. Let's just put it away. It's a learning curve. But again, like I say, I really feel that it's more of a speed control thing. Now, I will say this: when you're in the outside view, you cannot hold L2 and R2 to change the high-low gearing. Because if you do that, you'll just tab. Let me just park it over here on the farm, and I'll show you guys. So, stop the tractor, L1, R2, and if I try to shift down from E, oh no, it is working now. Well, that's weird. This wasn't working earlier. It was tabbing me over. Now I feel like Mr. Sealy P, man. You know, Mr. Sealy P does his mod reviews, and he says something doesn't work, and then it works. Well, I totally feel like Mr. Sealy P right now. I love the shifting sounds. The sounds are great, but again, I don't feel like it's a true manual gearbox. But it is what it is. Like I say, we don't have to shift it down into first to shut it off or anything, so yeah, it feels kind of strange. Now, in this tractor, I don't know how this tractor runs. Let me start it up and see here. D. Yes, okay, so this has it too, but this only goes to D. So again, when you're in A, when you're in the lowest gear, this is how fast you're going to go. Now, I would assume this is for like field work when you need a lot more torque. And then we get up in the 4th gear where we're going like 8 miles an hour. Then you just shift over to B, C, and finally D, and you're up to top speed. And now those shadows, man, that is a lot of bugs, guys. It's a brand new game. We're bound to have them, but yeah, I mean, every time you get close to something like that, it seems. Maybe it's just certain ones. I don't know. Now, there are other tractors. I believe the other John Deere that we have isn't like that. Let's just hook up to this stuff. Yeah, see, so now I'm tabbing over. Because this is just like a regular manual 4-speed transmission here. But this has a lot of gears. And I've noticed, I think when you put a worker on this, they start right off in like 10th or 13th gear. So then we get right up to 15th gear here, and you're going top speed. So, I mean, it's definitely got, man, it's hard to say, you know? I mean, it kind of feels like manual transmission, I guess, but in a way it doesn't. And another thing, guys, because the up and down keys are dual purpose now, if you want to like zoom in and out, you got to take your finger off R2, and then you can zoom in and out, because if you don't when you're driving, you know, you'll shift. So again, we're going top speed. If you want to slow down, you can just downshift. But, I don't know, it doesn't really sound like the gears are changing too much on this one, does it? But literally, guys, those are the the methods of shifting. Pretty much all your trucks are going to have, you know, a regular gears like the pickup truck, or like this one here is just straight shifting it. But then you will have the tractors that have the low and high gears. So guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you helped you learn how to shift through these gears and how to get these tractors moving. And I feel like this one here, this is probably the one that people are going to have the most trouble with, because let me just put up the help menu really quick here. Oh, it's saving. I didn't want it to save. Oh well. Okay, let's just put the help window on, and let's start this up. And as you can see, like, it doesn't tell you how to shift. It does not tell you how to shift. So again, guys, on this one, if you start off with this one, and you'll see right there under the shift and above the numbers, if it's on A, that's the lowest gearing. If it's on A and you're on 1, literally you're crawling 1 miles an hour. Again, shift up. I mean, even in the 2nd gear, you're still going 1 mile an hour. 2 miles an hour on 3rd gear, 3 miles an hour on 4th, and then you could just hit right on the D-pad, and you'll go into B, and then C, D, E, and no F. And that's how you shift, guys, and that's how you get the tractors with the high and low range gears moving at full speed. thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And we will see you next time.